Time on the show to welcome Simon Pink from the band Mr. Pink. How you doing, Simon?
Hey, good to see you, Terry. Good to see you. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. Now then, we'll play your Christmas song in a little while. We'll have a chat about the Christmas song. Well, let's tell everybody what it's called. It's called It's Christmas Time. It's an original song?
It is an original song. Yeah, we wrote it. In fact, we were out in Germany some 3 years ago, and it was over the New Year. We were performing some shows over there, an array of shows, and we got snowed in somewhere, and it felt very Christmassy. We couldn't get out. The car was iced up. Just couldn't get out anywhere. So we ended up writing a whole new album out there. At the time, we were stuck on one of these songs with the Christmas time song, which is great because it was icy, snowy, felt very Christmassy at the time. So it's sort of been waiting for some time now to be recorded. And we started recording this in January, and luckily we managed to get the bass and the drums down just before the first lockdown. And then we worked on it during the first lockdown individually at my home studio. And it's just come out on the 16th of November. So, yeah, really excited about it.
Yeah, and of course, like everybody this year, it's been a strange year performing, hasn't it? And nobody's been done much on stage, isn't it? Because you're a local boy who plays in the local area.
Yeah, well, I'm from Norwich, so just down the road from Yarmouth, and so we play at a lot of sort of local venues across the region and across Europe. I mean, we particularly love playing down at the Grange. If you've been down there at all, it's a fantastic venue. Unfortunately, we're not able to perform right at the moment, but we've got our first gig back again on Friday the 11th in Norwich. It is a sort of socially distanced event, so we're hoping that that's all going to go to plan, and there are some tickets available for that. It's right in the centre of town, so if anyone wants tickets, they can go to our website, and the details, the phone number to ring is on there.
Well, do you want to give the website details out now while we do it? You can do it right at the end as well, so...
Great idea. Okay, so it's all the W's, www.mister, which is spelled M-I-S-T-E-R, and then a hyphen or minus or whatever you call it, and then the colour pink, pink.co.uk, so mr-pink.co.uk.
And then they can see where you are. Because I'm going to ask you later on what next year has in store for you, but how did Mr. Pink get together?
Well, we're looking at 15 years ago now, and it happened to be that I was playing in a band with a drummer that split up, and me and the drummer sort of got together and did some work together, got some tracks together, and then I've got an old friend of mine called Quino who came on board with us. Now, Quino is the most funky, crazy bass player I've ever come across. And I'd always wanted to play with this guy in the band, and he happened to be free at the time, so we got him on board, wrote a load of tracks, and then just went out after about 3 weeks of rehearsing with all our original stuff, and it all went from there, really.
And the lineup now?
The lineup now has changed a little bit. We've in the past we've had Billy, that he used to sort of deck for Motorhead and Girls' School and Hawkwind and stuff like that. So he was a very respected drummer, and we did a couple of albums with him. But it's gone on now. We've got Rubes on the drums and Daniels on the bass guitar. So a big shout out to those guys. They're local guys as well. They're from the Norfolk area. So big shout out for those guys. And if you come and catch us down at the Grange, for example, when hopefully we're playing down there fairly soon, then come and say hello to us. We do bite, but just not too hard, okay? So you'll be fine.
Well, yeah, and unless you've eaten before the gig, and then you won't bite at all, so that's quite good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the songwriting, who's the principal songwriter? Is it yourself?
It is, yeah. I hate to blow my own trumpet too much, but yeah, I do. I write the music and the lyrics. In fact, the Christmas time song was written by my partner Gemma. She helped me out with it because she's great at sort of writing poetry and stuff like that. So I got her involved in this, and we just came up with some crazy Christmassy ideas about, what does it mean to us? Well, obviously it's things like making snowmen and turkey at Christmas dinner and grandma falling asleep when she's had too much sherry and kids unwrapping their presents and so on. So we just sort of came up with lots of ideas, chucked them out there, and then put them all together into the song and just made it fun fun and very catchy. I mean, once you've heard the Christmas song, unfortunately, you just won't stop singing the damn thing. It was one of those ones, which wasn't the idea, to be honest with you, so we did quite a good job with it. You won't stop singing it.
Yeah, it's one of those earwigs. You sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, and I've been listening to it, obviously, beforehand, and I thought, oh no, this is one of those songs that's going to be...
Yeah.
It's like a Slade or a Wizard song, isn't it? It's that has that feeling that you think, every time you hear it, you think, oh, I know that song, and that's going to drive me mental, and it has done a little bit, so that's why I thought I'd have a little chat with you. Now, we're going to play the Christmas song in a few minutes. How can people get it, or where can they get the song?
Well, not only can they get it on our website, but they can also go to all the big download providers, streaming providers, so Spotify, YouTube, Deezer, iTunes, those sort of places as well. And there's also a video to it. Now, you mentioned it's a bit of an earwig, and the guy that did the video for us, so let's say thanks to Daniel for doing the video, which is very much a sort of self-isolated video. We had to send him bits and pieces that we did by ourselves, and he's put them all together, and terrific. It's so funny. We've got lots of kids involved in it as well, so unwrapping presents and just being crazy. It's a really funny video, and it's on our website. But he said exactly the same thing as you. He said, I've listened to that song about 100 times now. He said, I just can't stop singing it, he said. I think he said it in a nice way, but who knows?
And I mean this in a nice way as well. It's annoying, but it's a great song, isn't it? And,
yeah.
I mean, before I let you go, I'll let you introduce the song in a little while. What does 2021 have in store for Mr. Pink? Are you off to Germany again? Are you off abroad? Or how's the calendar looking for 2021? Of course, it's up in the air,
just nobody knows. So we've not been able to arrange anything as a sort of permanent fixture in the way of dates as yet. We've taken it down to a duo at the moment, so bass and guitar, and we're going out like that at the moment, so we can play sort of venues with social distancing and so on. And if that continues, we'll carry on in the same vein. But it's not going to be as fluent as it was at the start of this year and all the other years that we've been playing. I mean, we were out playing 2-3 times every week. And travelling up and down the country. I mean, the last gigs we did before the first lockdown was in Harrogate and Leeds, so we were on a sort of a UK tour as it was, and we were meant to be in August over in Germany for a number of gigs, but unfortunately, things didn't quite go to plan there. So we're sort of tentative about rescheduling stuff at the moment. So once things do come to fruition, we have some tangible dates. We'll get them on our website. So go to the website, all the dates on, everything's on the website. The new videos on there, all the dates are on there. There's lots of other interviews that we've done in the past. You can see on there photos. You can get our Facebook, YouTube site, Instagram, and everything is through the website. So check it out, or just type Mr. Pink into one of the Google searches, and hopefully it should bring us up somewhere on there.
I found you doing that. And are you going to be recording any more songs, you hope, next year?
Yeah, well, we've got quite a few in the bag, because when we started doing this album, we expected it to be done around about mid this year, but obviously things got in the way, so we still haven't finished a lot of the tracks on the album. We have about 5 finished at the moment, so it would be more of an EP at the moment. But I've got another 4 to complete as yet, and because it's a bit of a challenge, I'm doing it. I'm not a full-on producer, an engineer, as it were. It's going to be a lot more of a slow process than what it would have been if we had the producer involved in it. And I'd like to say hello to Charlie anyway, who's our normal producer, and he works at Abbey Road Studios, but it's not the one you're thinking. He works up in North Norfolk at Abbey Road, so it is Abbey Road Studio. But he's fantastic, and he helped put this one together. Actually, he was the producer on It's Christmas Time, so it was, like I say, we had to send him bits and pieces and so on. So it wasn't easy for him as well. But for what we could do and the technology we had, I think we did a pretty damn good job of the Christmas single. So
you never guess it was put together in different tracks and put together. It sounds so good. Now, Simon, would you like to introduce it and we say goodbye?
Hey, well, no, I don't want to say goodbye, but I suppose we're going to have to wrap it up somewhere. Yeah. So, I'd love to introduce it. Okay, people, thank you very much for listening to our interview. This is Smart Radio GY, and you're listening to Mr. Pink's new single. It's called It's Christmas Time.
ho, ho! Now that is the brand new single from Mr. Pink. Of course, it's Christmas time. Now let's